I've suffered with like really high anxiety, maybe some depression in some stages. I was hyperactive with negative thoughts. Something goes wrong, I just ruin my whole day over it.
Blokes our age have spent that long getting fat in the first place, and then they want to be on stage in 12 weeks. It's like, mate, come on. It's not an overnight thing.
Sometimes that's the self-talk that I have. Like, Mick, you spent most of your life getting to where you are. You can't expect it to happen straight away.
How have you felt since you've dropped off what you've dropped so far?
I've always been the type of guy that's had that hunch. I just find that this time around that my shoulders seem to be back more, chest out. So a bit of confidence as well. I was at the point where I hated going to the gym. Now I can't wait to get there.
A lot of our guys are like, it's going to be hard to get to the gym. Everyone's looking at me. But the thing is that no one's really looking at you.
If you can push yourself away from thinking about what people think about you or their opinion about you, you're free.
So your meal plan, we do...
So first thing in the morning is...
Here we are, back in the studio, episode 14, with MPT alumni, Eman and Joe. Special guest today, Mr. Micky Munn. We've got a bit of an interesting story to tell today. So oftentimes we get clients on here that are already rebuilt. They've already got the result. You're in the middle of a rebuild, so I wanted to get you on here.
Yeah.
Because you're a little bit unique in the point that you've known me for...
Almost 20 years. I was thinking about it today.
Almost 20 years?
Almost 20 years.
Yeah. So my first gym job was in Broadmeadows Leisure Centre, where you remember of.
Yep, correct.
So you got a little bit of coaching from me back then before I knew what I was doing.
Yeah, exactly.
I knew how to gain muscle at that stage, but didn't know how to rebuild or calorie count or any of that stuff.
No, bit of a meathead.
A little bit of a meathead, yeah. Yeah, but the good news is you can at least confirm that I'm natural because I've been claiming that for that long.
100%, yeah.
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 So we want to have a chat about where you're at with your journey, some of the things that you've tried before. Yep. And the biggest thing I've noticed with you as your coach is that this time around, you seem to have a calm sense of certainty that you're going to get there.
Yeah.
Whereas in previous times, there's always been a lot of self-doubt. There's been a lot of second guessing. Can I do it? I don't think I can do it. Then you go missing for a period, you come back, et cetera, which is like a lot of people that we speak to. So that's kind of the message for today. So we'll start with a little bit about you.
Yep.
Where you're from, what you do for work, age, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so I'm from Sunbury. That's where I currently live. I'm a baggage handler, I guess, is what they call it, but I'm a team leader. I work up in the office for Virgin Australia, airport movement coordinator, stuff like that. That's been doing that for 15 years. Yep. So, and before that, it was just manual labouring, like demolition.
You're in demolition, weren't you?
Yeah, demolition.
Yeah. And you're in your early 40s?
Yeah, 42 on Sunday.
3 kids now, is that right?
3. Yep.
With 3 kids?
Yep.
Yeah, and you do split shifts, don't you? Your shifts are all over the place.
No, at the moment I just do all mornings so I can get home and pick up the kids. And, but I mean, I'm up at 3:30 every morning.
Okay, so. Fantastic.
Yeah.
What was your heaviest weight?
Heaviest weight? That was 105.
105?
Yeah.
Okay. And what are you today?
Today, 88.6.
88.6.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. And we're at a period now with your rebuild where we're building calories. We're at 2,800?
No, we're 2,910.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. So we're nearly at 3,000.
Yeah.
And we seem to have hit a new maintenance. So...
Yeah. Oh, I don't feel like it's a new maintenance. I feel like that it'll keep pushing.
Yeah.
Just had an injury or two, but that's held me back a little bit. But I reckon it'll keep going up.
Okay, excellent. So for anyone that's new or doesn't know the lingo, new maintenance is your new maintenance. It's your calories to maintain the new body weight that you're at.
Yep.
So for context, you started this rebuild at?
This rebuild I was 98.5.
98. Okay, so we've lost 10 kilos, and in the process, we've been able to get your calories up to 2,900.
Yeah.
Amazing. So that is now your new maintenance. I know you say it's not, but let's just say it is. At 88 kilos, to continue to maintain that is 2,900 calories.
Yep.
Which, as you two would know, is quite decent for somebody that isn't a labourer, who's in their 40s, who's natural.
Yep.
Right? So now from here, we've got 2 paths we can take. We can continue to increase calories and you accept gaining a little bit of weight and lean into it being mostly muscle, which the only way you can really see that is through a scan or focusing on the progress inside the gym. Or we can say, righto, his maintenance calories are 29. Let's take 500 off. Let's take 800 off if we want to be a bit aggressive. And we go back into a deficit to get the next 10 kilos off.
Yeah.
Because your expected weight for 10% is around 75, 78
Yeah, that was roughly where
with your
we're
current
looking
muscle
at.
mass.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of where we're at. That's a bit of a background. What are some of the other things that you've tried to lose the body fat in the past, mate?
Jeez, you don't have enough time.
Try me.
I've tried everything except for the medication stuff, like the Ozempic or whatever it's called. Yeah. That's the only thing I haven't really tried. Like I've tried the carnivore. I think back in the day I tried veganism, just like a smoothie diet, stuff like that. Which, like most stories that you probably hear, you're able to lose a certain amount of weight, but then you just stop, and then you just stop and go back to who you were, eating junk food and slowly building yourself back up to where you were, or even worse. So
yeah.
It's pretty much just been a whole merry-go-round since probably, I don't know, late 20s, all the way through. Yeah.
Yeah. So you get a little bit of success with some of them, but they weren't sustainable.
Yeah. Tried some online coaches and stuff, but, it's all generic. They just, you don't get to speak to them. They just print you out like, here's your diet, follow this. Or one of them had like a book where it's like, you've got 60 points that you can use. Here are my recipes, they're worth 10 points, and it's like, that doesn't really work either.
Gotcha. Yeah. We've had a lot of complaints from other clients saying that they get like American fish and stuff given to them in their diets. Did you have that?
I can't remember the name of the fish.
They use cod or something?
Cod.
We can't even get here in Australia.
Yeah, cod, and there's another one that I just can't think off the top of my head. It's
Yeah. So you've been around the bush, mate, in other words.
Yeah, and I'm not a fan of seafood, so that wasn't going to happen either.
Yeah. Tried everything under the sun.
Yeah. I even tried a local bodybuilder, and he pretty much said straight off the bat, here's your diet, and it was fish, rice, chicken rice, no, adding anything. It was just so bland that I was like...
No fruits, no veg.
No, I was like, I'm not going to
No fats, no dairy. No.
I think I stayed with him for a week, and I was like, I'm not going to be able to stick with this.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've always ended up coming back. So this time around, explain your thinking now, because like I said, it feels like you're going to get the result with this method, and it's really clicked for you. The three of us spend a lot of time trying to get what we do to click with our clients, that we're rebuilding your metabolism, we're looking to put on muscle, and as a result, when we manipulate calories, we can get your body fat as low as you want to fucking go, and we can do it all naturally, and we can do it off 4 meals a day, 5 workouts a week. It doesn't have to be this crazy merry-go-round or rigmarole or 8-week challenge, lose 10 kilos, put it back on with interest.
Yeah.
So explain to me, how did it click for you? Because you've 100% got it. You're locked in.
Yeah. So it's a weird one, because for most of my life I've suffered with like really high anxiety, maybe some depression in some stages. This time around, I reached out for some help medication-wise, just some antidepressants. And it's really helped me focus. Like, I'm not having the panic attacks, anxiety, going to the gym and saying, I hate it here because everyone's looking, trying to cover yourself up. It's like I've set those goals and I'm just focused. I'm like, I'm going to get this done, and, I haven't had any like doubts. And, I feel like that when I've spoken to you, you remember me from the past. So you're saying, just stick with it. We'll be fine, and I'm like, it's all good, man. I'm locked in. You don't need to worry. And it's like, let's get some photos, because we stopped. So we got down to about 89 and we sat there for a little while, and it was like, okay, what's happening type of thing. And then you're like, you can't just take some photos. And I'm sure if you do the editing, you show the photo, like, the big balloon and all that. And then we took the photo. I don't know who was more shocked, me or you, because it was just, I looked completely different. Like the fat was gone. Like a lot of the fat was gone.
Yeah.
It's obviously still a little bit there, but it was like, wow, and that kind of, just keeps you motivated, focused. This time around, the injuries, like in the past when I've had injuries, they linger and, they just throw you off, and you're like, I can't do this. I'm too old. I'm getting all these injuries. This time it's like, well, the injuries that I've had use them as a learning curve. Okay, what did I do wrong?
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't controlling the negative, and that's why this happened. So next time, control. So yeah, it's been really good, and the brain is switched on, which I think is a major, if not the most important part.
Yeah, amazing.
Especially for me. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's that saying, the fish rots at the head.
Yeah, correct.
You know, so if your mindset's not right, it's very difficult. Interesting, yeah. So for you, it was the medication that gave you that ease of...
just took away the... it's hard to describe to people who don't really have it how it can... Because it can affect different people in different ways.
Yeah.
For me, it was just... I was hyperactive with like negative thoughts, and if something goes wrong, I just ruin my whole day over it because I sit there and think about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then this time around, it was able to calm me down and just just stay focused.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I felt like it hit a bit of a jackpot there.
Amazing. Yeah. You've been sticking to the audiobooks?
Yes. I love them. I think the Total Recall one, I think I've listened to it about 5 or 6 times. I just love it.
It's the Arnie one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's amazing and relentless, and and I'm on to the No Excuses one. So, yeah.
Self-Discipline, Brian Tracy. It's an amazing book.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Would you say that, like, seeing a lot of other guys in situations, if not in worse situations than you, being able to rebuild over the years, because you've always stayed in touch with me, hooking me up with flights and stuff, staff travel. Would you say that seeing that has given you a bit of assistance as well?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Because it's very easy to say, I'm too old to do this, and then someone 5 years older comes and does it, and you're like,
yeah,
if he can do it, I can do it.
Yeah, well, I mean, the previous guy, Levi, that you had in here, I mean, he's the same age as me, and he down to 6%, he looks amazing. You know what I mean? So, yeah, all that, it's definitely motivating. Like, sometimes, when you're meant to be ready to go to bed, you just watch a couple of those videos to get you sort of fired up for the next day. So,
yeah.
Were you thinking about it for a while before you came into the system?
Yeah, I mean, for as long as I can remember, I've always been that I wanted to like get on stage, do a bit of bodybuilding and all that type of stuff. But, just with the way my mind has worked in the past, I could never really stay focused and motivated in it. So, but yeah.
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 It's such a big goal too. Like it's almost like wanting to set a goal as a business of being a billionaire. It's like, well, first you've got to get to 100 grand, then 1 million, then 10, then 100 million. And then if you really want to be billion, then try.
Yeah.
So setting that goal at our age, especially of wanting to get on stage, it's like far out. There's so many little checkpoints that we need to hit before that's even a fucking possibility. And I think this time around you've it hasn't been that all or nothing, I want to shoot for the moon. It's been like, let's just get solid weeks progress. Yeah,
that's right. And I think, it's like, well, this time around it's more about like for the kids, you know what I mean? And not necessarily, it's okay if I don't end up on stage, you know what I mean? It's like, is that really what I want to do now?
Yeah.
We'll see what happens after the first, couple of cuts and see what I feel like there.
Yeah, for sure.
How have you felt since you've dropped off what you've dropped so far? What are some of the changes you've noticed?
Oh, definitely like sleep. Sleep has definitely been really good. Confidence, like I feel like I've always been the type of guy that's had that hunch, because you play video games and whatever. I've always had, even back in the Broady days, you used to make fun of me because I just find that this time around that my shoulders seem to be back more, chest out. So a bit of confidence as well. That's definitely what's coming out of it as well. And it's like, well, if that's what I feel like now, what am I going to feel like when it's, which sometimes you get a bit impatient. It's like, I just want to get there,
Yeah.
But you know what the stages are and where you're going. So
well, that's the thing too. Is again, blokes our age have spent that long getting fat in the first place, and then they want to be on stage in 12 weeks. It's like, mate, come on.
No, well, and
you've spent 10 years getting there. It doesn't take 10 years to get the result, but it's not an overnight thing.
Yeah, well, and sometimes that's the self-talk that I have. It's like, Mick, you spent most of your life getting to where you are. You can't expect it to happen straight away.
Yeah. So yeah, and the progress between photos is pretty impressive anyway. Like that's
yeah, and I mean that's it's just the kind of the beginning or the middle.
Yeah.
So
I think this podcast will be good for the guys who are currently in the program. For you, what are you actively kind of putting in your mind? Or like you said, maybe you're watching one of these podcasts or these videos. What are you kind of reminding yourself of actively as someone who is, roughly sort of halfway through the process? That's safe to say.
Just halfway. Yep.
Yeah. Stay focused. Like, I understand how the journey's going to be this time. Like, I'm trusting the process more. So it's just more about talking those kind of self-talks. It's like, I don't really get down anymore. So it's like, I actually, like I said before, I was at the point where I hated going to the gym. Now I can't wait to get there, and just see what PBs that I can do. And I think in one of those weeks where we were starting to slow down, I bashed out like 14 personal bests in that week. Yeah. Just because I was like, nah, I'm really going to go for it. So, and the app obviously helps with the, I've been doing it long enough that I know the form. I still watch it just to, yeah.
Is an element of that you kind of getting out of your own way? Like just saying, I'm just going to trust the process, just submit myself to it.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is definitely just get out of your way. And that's where, like I said, the medication has helped. Because the voices, I guess, or the negative voice, the Millhouse, the inner Millhouse is, he's shut up. So he's not really there. So that's helping a lot.
And I think that is the difference maker for a lot of guys when they're in the program. It's, it's one, it's what's going on behind the scenes, but then secondly, it's what's going on in between your head with how you deal with that.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you can have the best system in front of you, but if you get stuck in your own way and you're stuck in your own head, there's only so much we can do as a coaching staff to get you there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The system does work.
Yeah, absolutely it does. The proof's there.
Yeah.
Well, I think that the best thing for you too, because you touched on a point before where you were previously at the gym as a bigger guy, kind of worried that everyone's looking at you. It's such a common thing that we get. A lot of our guys are like, it's going to be hard to get to the gym. Everyone's looking at me. But the thing is that no one's really looking at you. They're feeling how you're feeling. Most people in the gym are insecure about whatever, their hairline, the shoes they're wearing, the top, the pump, the lighting, the angle. Like everybody's just so whatever you want to call it, obsessed, that nobody's even looking at you.
Yeah.
So what would be your advice to someone that was maybe a bit bigger, who's a bit cautious about that? Like what was that mental shift for you, do you think? Like there's a lot of realizations going on. Obviously the meds have numbed that part of your brain, but there's be a lot of like self-talk and self-realizations and kind of aha moments you've been having.
Yeah. Well, for me this time it was like, look around. No one's really, everyone's focused on what they're doing. And, you can look around and see there's other big guys in there and, and you think to yourself, oh, good on you. You're doing what I'm doing. You're getting in there, you're having a go, trying to lose, weight, feel better about yourself. And I think for me this time around, it was a case of, why do you care about people's opinions?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that if you can push yourself away from thinking about what people think about you or their opinion about you, you're free. You're definitely free. Yeah.
I agree. Yep. Thought you were going to say something. Get the mic there.
No, I think it's important for guys to realize that it just doesn't matter. Like at the end of the day, it's like, it doesn't matter what those people are thinking and it's not going to serve you one way or another.
Yeah.
They're not going to be the ones who help you get in shape. They're not going to be the ones who prevent you from getting in shape if you don't let them prevent you.
Yeah. But I think it's just more of they're not really thinking about anything than what they're doing in the moment.
Yeah. They're thinking probably what you're thinking, which is they're thinking about you, but no one is.
Yeah. Yeah, correct.
Well, they're just like, at the moment, it's like, all right, all I'm thinking of is that, okay, shoulders back, down,
You think about your
ready for the next lift.
I think for some guys that can be a little bit of it as well. Like I've never been in the gym or, sometimes I'll speak to guys who go, maybe I should go train with an in-person PT to get some form and technique. But from our perspective, we've been doing this long enough to the point where we can work with a guy who's never trained before and get them to a point where they know how to train comfortably. And you don't need someone there looking over you every second of your workouts.
Well, they're not looking anyway. They're looking at their phone.
Yeah.
But the app's great for that though, for the form. Yeah. Like, with your videos, the way you guide us through it, it's perfect.
I was going to say, in terms of someone who's gone from hating the gym to loving the gym, I think that's quite an important thing in terms of this journey, right? And enjoying what you're doing, to be able to have that consistency and longevity to keep going, to keep pushing. How, you've label the importance of, I guess, the app and what we do, how important would you say dialing into those tutorial videos and making sure that, all right, I've got to set myself up properly for this next set is for you?
Oh, it's like I said, I mean, even, I've probably been lifting weights since mid-20s, and, I've had Mike guiding me before, this and up to this point now, but I still use them every day. Like whatever I'm doing, I know that, I'm coming back around where I'm doing the same exercises from, 8 months ago or whatever. And it's like, I don't care. I just, because sometimes you can slack off a little bit, or we've had changes because now, things are starting to stretch out and that. And it's like, am I actually getting in the right position? So I watch it again just to make sure. So, I mean, that obviously helps.
Yeah.
Amazingly. Like I think I said to you the last time, it's like, if I do end up quitting, just leave me on the app, please. I want the app. Because the app's just amazing. So, but yeah.
I think it's great in terms of, I think a few things. Obviously, as someone who can sometimes be a bit anxious as well, dialing into that and just listening and dialing to that kind of gets your thoughts off of what's everyone else doing, because you're focused on, okay, I need to set myself up for this next exercise, right? But another good thing that it does, and what I find as well, is as we get through the gym and we get more and more ambitious, we start lifting more weights, sometimes we forget to check ourselves with our form. And that's where a lot of the times, if you're not plugging into the the tutorial videos and reminding yourself, oh yeah, great, cool, I need to retract my shoulder blades and keep them down, sometimes you can just start slinging a bit too much, and then a few weeks in a row of that, because you're chasing new PBs, all of a sudden you reach your plateau pretty quickly. Whereas being able to dial back in allows you to fix your form, avoid injuries, and just keep making that steady progress each time. So.
Yeah, and I think that a couple of times it's been that I've tried to do that, and then when I come back and look at the video and say, oh, hang on, no, I haven't been doing that, I actually find that I have to bring the weight back a little bit to get that form, and then you feel it the next day. It's like, okay, that was spot on. That's what we needed. And I mean, the other thing is that I'm not, in the past I would have been like looking at my phone and stuff like that in between. Nothing. People try to message me, I just put it all on silent.
Good.
Yeah.
Focus, mate.
Yeah. No, well, that's right.
It's so important though, isn't it? The difference between
100%.
being distracted and anxious in the gym and actually focusing.
Yeah, correct.
It's night and day.
Yeah. And I even said, like, all the, what these women get around in these days is like, I don't even notice that.
Yeah.
Until you pick up the bag and you're walking out the door. That's how I want it to be. Like, I see people that I work with there, and stay away from it. Yeah. Sorry, man. I'm focused.
Exactly.
Best way. The other thing with you I wanted to mention is that as far as like the rebuild being customized, because we use the word customized, which I fucking hate, because everybody online says they're customized, which means that their AI software is trained to recognize feedback forms. It annoys the shit out of me. You're actually gluten intolerant, aren't you?
Yeah, gluten intolerant, and I'm actually lactose intolerant, but I've been all right. So, the yogurt's not too bad for me.
Yeah. So our plan has been trial and error a fair bit, and it's been adapted, which is part of what we do with our clients, is we start with a plan, you stick to that, we get the data, and then we can adapt meals and foods and food sources, etc., if we need to, and as per the client's request, as long as the client's not requesting a new lunch every day. But anyway, so your meal plan, what do we do? A fair bit of rice, because it's...
Yeah. So this isn't a deterrent to anyone, but like my diet, I actually really enjoy it. But it's quite simple and bland in a sense, but I actually really, really enjoy it. Like, so the first thing in the morning is obviously greens, super greens. Then it's the smoothie. So, pineapple, blueberries, mango, yogurt, the honey. Then it's... do
you have oats in that? Gluten-free oats?
Oats or a wheat bix.
Gluten-free wheat bix.
Wheat bix, yeah.
Yeah, and an isolate too.
Yes.
Bulk nutrients?
No, just the one from Chemist Warehouse.
The Inc. 100,
yeah. And from there, it's obviously the pre-workout. I'm on the first mince meal. So it's just 200 grams of mince, 100 grams of rice. And I literally use a meat rub on the mince.
Beautiful.
That's it.
Yeah.
And it just tastes amazing. So I was like, that's just kept me homed in on that. And then it's the pre-workout, which is 3 LCM bars. Yes, LCM bars. The Kiwi non-negotiable and the shake.
Yep.
And then I have the pre-workout, which is hard. Is that what
I think pump, isn't it?
Pump, yep. And then from there, it's another mince meal with the rice, and then chicken, avocado, carrot, and sweet potato or rice, depending on what I'm doing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's very clean, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yep.
So when did you figure out you were gluten intolerant?
The first time that I did the program with you.
Yeah.
I think I kept saying to you, I don't know why, but I'm really gassy and it's horrible. And
Well,
we all of a sudden discovered, you gluten.
Well, I remember us doing a process of elimination.
Yeah.
Is we cut the dairy first, didn't work. Then we cut the bread, worked a bit, and then we just went full on, and then it worked, didn't it?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Because you were thinking it was the red meat at one point, which is very common for us.
Yeah, because I went and went to the doctors, talked to them, and, to me it's pointless seeing them because they're all about medication and, they don't really want to get you in, get you out, get the next person in. So, they're like, oh, you're probably eating too much red meat and you're iron and all this stuff, rah, rah. And now it's like I'm eating 2 red mince meals a day and, so.
You feel on top of the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, incredible. So I guess the plan for us is to continue calories up, put on some muscle, get your injuries sorted, get your metabolism at 3,500, maybe 4.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
And then cut from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the cutting process will begin with a scan, so we can figure out how many kilos of fat you need to lose to get down to the 10% goal.
Yep.
And then what we'll do is we'll create a weekly rate of loss or estimated rate of loss. We can go aggressive, semi-aggressive, or we can go slow. Depends on you. And then we put it together with the timeline. My kind of final question would be, what would you say to someone that's skeptical? Seeing our stuff online, maybe listening to this podcast and rolling their eyes and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, just, you got to, it's the best program out there, because you actually speak to the person or the people, they're there to help you. They have the webinar to help you, with your form and stuff like that during the week. It's not automated. So, it's with the app as well. So you don't need to feel like that you're going to be lost. You don't know what you're doing in the gym. You know what I mean? Like all that's there. And then the online support with all the guys that are in the, to motivate you as well. How many kilos have you lost? They're all very motivating to, so just, get out of your way and just get into it. Yeah. The only regret you have is that you didn't start earlier.
Solid advice.
Good.
I like it. Any closing words?
Well done. Halfway. Half well done.
Halfway,
Yeah. Well, look, it's different. It's unique. I want to have someone that had done it and maintained it, someone that had just done it, and then someone that's halfway.
No, I think this would be really good for the guys who are already inside the system.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks in, maybe halfway through their program already. Or even for, someone who is on the fence taking a look at it and realising that, you're partway through the process, but, you're not dying, you're not starving, you're not kicking and screaming.
Not a chance.
Pretty happy to be here.
Yeah.
Happy with the results so far.
Yeah.
Enjoying the process is the key.
Yeah, that's right.
You're not 6 weeks in and just going, I'll see how it goes. You're fully committed already. You know that you're going to get there.
Yeah, and it's, the other thing too is that the guys with kids, I mean, even my kids are like, oh, you going to the gym, Daddy? You going to the gym? They start actually getting motivated, and my wife is a big help as well. Like she's probably, from where I've had previous relationship to this relationship, chalk and cheese. So the one where it was like, oh, we were going to get old and fat together, remember? And, well, no, that's not what I want to do. To now it's like, you're doing really well. You look great. Keep it up. Do you need me to make your meals for you?
Wow.
This, that, the other. She drops me off at the gym sometimes.
Fantastic.
And the kids are looking through the doors. Oh, wow, that's cool. And it's like, so, and you want to motivate them that when they're old enough that, they can start going themselves and build their confidence up.
Having a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah, correct.
It's good. It's just role model.
As Craig says, there's no fat people in nursing homes anyway, so I don't think old and fat goes together.
That's right.
Probably have a heart attack before you get there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just that leadership by example, isn't it? Setting a good example.
Yeah.
As opposed to, the opposite.
Yeah, that's right.
Very cool. All right, mate. Thanks for your time.